Hey guys, it's Paradise, and the first of 3 Monster Hunter World live streams has happened today at Gamescom, and along with it we get a better look at some gameplay as well as a bunch of new features coming in the game. It looks like in the live stream they played the same demo or a similar one that is available on the show floor, which we've actually played and you've already seen some gameplay for on the channel, and we have more coming soon. But for this video, we're going to go over what was explicitly in the live stream, talk about it and our experience if we encountered it ourselves. So keep your eyes peeled because we have a ton of awesome Monster Hunter goodness coming your way soon. In the live stream, it started off with the character creation menus, or at least a more limited version for the demo that is there, and it looked like they had the same options that we had, where you basically had a bunch of preset characters for both your hunter and the palico, showcasing a variety of different customization options that we will no doubt have in the full game to have full control over making our hunter how we want to look. There's things like completely different hairstyles, color options, even makeup, scarring, and various different beards. To me, this looks like a direct upgrade from World, but I would love your thoughts on this so far. The palico also seem to have a bunch of different fur options and lets you actually customize them a bit more than I think you were able to before. And next we got a look at something that I actually find quite exciting, which is the new camp menus. Through this, we got a closer look at some of the armor sets, both the Hope and the Doshaguma sets. Through this as well, it's also confirmed that all armor sets are now unisex. This means it no longer matters what gender of a hunter you pick to play, you can wear both the male and female version of the armor set regardless. So finally, female hunters can wear the full helmets, and male hunters can show off a bit more skin if that's your thing. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get a proper look at a true multiplayer hunt with various players due to technical issues that have been going on throughout the day here at Gamescom, although there are still plenty of things to take away from the hunt that was shown in this livestream. During the hunt with a Doshaguma, we get to see how they hang around together in packs, with an alpha being surrounded by various smaller ones. The actual challenge of the demo is to hunt the alpha Doshaguma, but it's protected by its pack, and taking on 3 at once is a bit overwhelming. So a key strategy is going to be to split them up, and this is where new challenges and options come into play that Monster Hunter hasn't fully explored before. We see the Doshaguma immediately start fleeing upon being attacked, and this prompts the hunter to then chase them down and engage in some mounted combat. These sorts of upgrades to the monster behavior and AI really do make the monsters feel like more living creatures in the game, and another good example of this is the smaller creatures taking the opportunity to attack the large wounded monsters, just like scavengers would in real life. Another aspect of the game that makes it feel a bit more immersive is the weather system, and we now have more details about this from the livestream as well as the website. There's the Plenty period, which is where things in the map are more peaceful, and the Endemic life, which is all sort of scattered around the area, are more focused on healing and buff effects. But when the weather switches to the Inclemency period, hazards such as thunderstorms can sweep through an area, being able to deal both damage to the monster as well as our hunter. This also changes the endemic life that's available, switching them to having more offensive-based effects like becoming traps and dealing damage. On top of this, we know certain monsters are more likely to come out during these weather effects, such as Ray Dow, who will come out during a sand tide storm. But throughout the gameplay, we did get a closer look at some of the tools available to us as the player, both from supplies as well as gathering from the environment. While anyone who is familiar with the older games should recognize many of these returning staples, such as the new large dung pods, which is kind of like a poop nuke that essentially scatters on hit in a large AoE and applies a dung effect to everything hit, making them flee to a different zone. This is absolutely great for getting a pack to split up so you can focus on one individual monster in that pack, such as the Alpha. There was also endemic life such as the Great Thunderbug, which is a good example of the powerful effects you can utilize during Inclemency, as it will paralyze any monster that touches them while they are charged. Within the livestream, we also got to see some classic mounting which makes a return, and it is somewhat similar to World's implementation, but also different, kind of like expanded, giving you more options. You can essentially hold the mount for longer as you attack with your carving knife, or just attack with your weapon straight up while on the monster's back. And each of the mount finishes is of course different for all 14 weapons. They mentioned that they want players to be able to strategize around the mounts better, allowing you to either use them for large damage opportunities or to stall out the monster for time instead of immediately knocking it over, which of course is going to be more helpful in a multiplayer hunt. We also got a look at some cool quality of life and immersion changes, such as being able to pick your traps back up after they're deployed, which is long overdue, as well as being able to actually climb on the monsters after they're slain in order to carve them or take pictures of them with your friends. The actual map of the area is now more like a 3D overlay that you have access to even mid-battle and while mounted on your secret, and from here you can find different environmental hazards, various gathering points, as well as any nearby monsters to actually mark and ride to. If that wasn't enough though, you can also fully accept quests while in a hunt, meaning you can get several quests done back to back without having to return to the village. Now we do already know about the 2-weapon system, as you can carry one extra weapon on your secret and swap to it, but you can also deploy pop-up camps around the map, which essentially act as fast travel points for you and allow you to do various other things in the menu of the camp without actually fully returning to the village. We also got a brief look here at the support hunter system, which essentially is where you call in an SOS, but if you don't want to play with real players in multiplayer, you will get these support AI hunters to join and help you in the hunt. Capcom have specifically highlighted how smart the AI for these hunters are, showcasing how they would gather around traps, not wake up a sleeping monster so you can, and generally not get in your way during a hunt. So if you don't like playing with actual players, you always have this support hunter system to essentially have people with you in a hunt even if they aren't other physical players. There is still more stuff to go over, and from our capture and the various times we've now played the demo by queuing to actually play it, we are constantly finding new things out. So stay tuned on the channel because we will have more things coming soon, and you really don't want to miss out because some of these weapons are quickly becoming my favorite and I didn't think that was possible. So drop a like if you're enjoying our Gamescom coverage, and stay subscribed so you don't miss out on more Monster Hunter goodness coming your way soon.